Okay guys, let's go. Today we have the playoffs of a Russian league. The Agon League is playing today, and we have one semifinal, the third place decider, and the grand final. So again, this is like a total Russian league, so you will recognize a couple of the names, but there will be a lot of players that you just don't know. Our first series is a best of 3. This is the semi-final, and we have the Falcons going up against the Dragons. Sounds usually like a pretty shitty setup for the Falcons, to be honest, because who wants to battle dragons? I mean, let's be honest. If it's not 5 Brightwings on the other side, then I don't really know how that is even a contest. Then again, Brightwing is also a little bit of a fake dragon. That fairy dragon shit is like, don't believe that crap. So, with Infernal Shrines being our first map, we have, of course, a couple of names that we recognize. First and foremost, Bannerbeer on the side of the Falcons, which is also one of the reasons why Anna gets banned out against them quite quickly. Milosh is playing as well. I'm just now realizing that. Usually one of the Russian casters, of course, for most of the tournaments that we have these days. And today he is going to play. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this. So we're going to see who is successful and advances to the grand final. We have one team already waiting. The Octopuses, not to be mixed up with the Octopussies. That's something different. I'm going to explain it to you guys when you're older. But now that we're heading into this, we have Zul banned out, and that means Deathwing is open and he's immediately getting picked. Alrighty. So Johanna already locked in as well. Since this is Infernal Shrines, you want to have the wave clear. Deathwing obviously always kind of good, and yeah, so far so good on the ban patterns. I mean, again, letting Deathwing through, we see it a bit more often in Europe now. Zul, of course, also taking one of those ban slots pretty reliably since he's just insanely good. Yeah, Leo comes in too, and Leo is actually getting banned quite often now on Infernal Shrines in one of the earlier slots as well, since he's so good with the wave clear, with the rotation between mid-top, and then also brings a lot to the table on the shrine itself. So Leo is in, Greymane, Johanna, pretty decent lineup for them actually. Especially since Greymane, of course, also works very well against Deathwing now. And so does Leoric. So it's not only that both of those heroes are fantastic for the map, we have also 2 heroes that are pretty neat when we're talking about countering Deathwing, or at least trying to. And yeah, let's see what else they can actually do with this. For the time being, we're heading straight into the next ban pattern. And what do they get rid of? I mean, support is one option. Could also ban out a mage, but they go for Rhaegar, so no lightning shield here to help them out with this. And let's see. Also feels a little bit weird. I mean, you have the Falcons over there, they're going up against the Dragons, and who picks Deathwing? It's the Falcons. It's gotta be confusing, I gotta say. It's gotta be very confusing here. But, alright. I mean, Chromie is banned out against the dragons. That I don't understand either, because again, she's not a real dragon. She's a gnome. She's a fake dragon. It's like gnome speed ahead. The talents alone already tell you the whole story here. I mean, which self-respecting dragon would ever take that form? Be real for a moment. Just be serious here. So, there we go. Salami Master is in Kelthas, and we have Arthas as well. That could actually mean that Deathwing is going to be played as one of those main tank options that we sometimes get from North America. Ooh, Lulcio now on the side of the Dragons, and they round the draft out with Sylvanas as their second damage dealer. Good pressure for them, yeah, definitely. Question is simply, can Lucio deal with all of that damage, especially on the side of Kelthas? There's going to be quite a bit of AoE, and a good sound barrier can obviously mean a lot. If you have some decent rotations with Greymane and Lucio's speed, you can also take structures down somewhere else on the map. So that's at least our setup. And, well, with that, let's head straight into the last pick. Bannerbeer, what are we going to get from him? Malfurion is already in play, and Bannerbeer with Kerrigan. Off we go. Nice. Aggressive lineup from them. Kerrigan, Arthas, old school, back in the days of the Alpha and the Beta, the 2 with Envenomed on level 4 were one of the most popular duos that we had. But now that we are here, let's jump into game number 1 of our semi-final here at the Agon League. Ladies and gentlemen, Infernal Shrines. Game number 1, Infernal Shrines, and on the left side for the Falcons, Milosh on Kelthas, Antares on Arthas, we have Dirty Max on Deathwing, Bannerbeer on Kerrigan, and the Lightweight on Malfurion. Well, certainly hope that that name is not, chosen for a reason. On the right side of the map, Gilgamesh on Johanna, we have Saloon on Leoric, OMG Piff Piff, I personally only know Puff Puff. Sounds like this usually. Pascal on Lucio, and Macro SD card on Greymane. That sets us up for the first map in this best of 3 series. And, well, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Level 1, Draconic Might, actually, for Deathwing. Kerrigan also, with a Siphoning Impact right here. And I mean, let's go. For now, it's Consume Vitality. We have Hold Your Ground, over Laws of Hope on level 1 for Johanna. And both of the teams starting to get a little bit ready here. Trying to set that up, and let's go. Kerrigan with the combo, missing it, unfortunately, for her. And they're starting to make their play here as the top laner's already taking position. Deathwing gets drained by Leo, but the two side laners are fighting their own one-on-one, whereas down here we have our 4 versus 4 just rotating between the lanes as you would expect. A little bit of a Chocobo style here from Milosh. Good old Final Fantasy days. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's going to be more than just a little bit exciting, honestly, for me. Fantastic game. Long time ago, and a remake, I would definitely welcome that. So, as all of this comes in though, let's talk a little bit about those setups. So we have Arthas in the main tank position. Don't usually see him here, but that's also helpful against Greymane, which might be one of the reasons that he is taken now. I've of course seen a few changes in the recent patch. I mean, his level 7, for example, got a bit buffed, but it still seems that going into your traditional pick is still superior to going for the rune tap. We'll see if that actually comes through. Amongst other things, an interesting part is also going to be the Khaldor's performance here, especially the follow-ups on potential stuns and roots with his own gravity laps. But mostly, of course, all the damage that Milosh can dish out now with living bombs. And the AoE on those shrines is going to be pretty important as well. So let's have a little bit of a look at that. Down here, the camp is, as I said, taken. So that's 2 camps against 1. A bit of an advantage for the blue team. The Falcons already flying to the mid lane here. Trying to lock the experience down as well. And with level 4, oh, okay, we have a couple of different choices. Already we're seeing the Deathlord. Okay, a little bit more of a sustained build if he continues to go into Deathcoil here. They have Malfurion as the healer, but you have to also realize that Arthas is in the main tank position, so probably more of a survival setup for him. Kerrigan is going to be one of the heroes trying to provide most of the CC throughout all of this. Sylvana still waiting out the level 4 talent. Both teams going for the Shaman camp, as you can tell. On the left side and the right side of the map. Both of them are currently trying to pull that off. Also, first shrine is about to be active, and it's on the opposite side of the map. So both of those Shaman camps will do a whole lot of work. The advantage goes to the blue team, since Deathwing can just simply jump down, whereas he should probably stay a little bit longer to try and take the next wave out. Ah, he's the one capping the camp, so they're actually waiting for the opponent's camp to push in. Alright, I like it. Delaying it a bit slightly. Barnaby, on the other hand, pausing the game. Seems like we might have a bit of a problem on the side of the blue team. And let's hope that this is quickly resolved. Alright, so apparently we had a couple of internet issues here. The Russian internet said hi. And apparently everything's fine right now, and that comes at the perfect moment because here's the shrine activated and good to go. Deathwing still sitting topside, doing his thing here, trying to burn down the shaman as quickly as he can. And then we're going to see the fight down at the bottom of the map explode for real, and any delay would of course cause damage to the red team, since the shaman camp of the blue team, the Falcons, is going to push through a little bit further. But it seems like they might even lose a hero for just a moment. It looked like the Falcons might win this in a 4 versus 5 even. Deathwing is now jumping in to help out a little bit. Up here at the top, yep, that shaman is not gonna make it. And, well, actually he's gonna make it for a little bit longer than I expected, but they should still win that battle. The Falcons, that is. So they have set themselves up for a real nice objective, and a nice combo. Kerrigan comes in and they take a kill against Leo, but the trade against Arthas, and that's unfortunate now for the Falcons. Trading against Arthas 1 versus 1 is never great because Leo, spawns way too quickly, and on point Arthas will need some time until he comes back to this. 37 against 28 points on the objective, and they grab it. Nice, the Falcons with the lead here, trying to go for another kill against Leo, and they get it. Nicely done. Double kill against Leoric. They sacrifice Arthas. They get the objective. Top side, the battle is still raging on. That shaman just doesn't want to give up. Down here, baited over the wall, and Barnabia ended up on the wrong side of this one too. So that's the kill against Kerrigan. Yeah, baited together with the rest of them. So Kerrigan is dead, and that's an end to the push, which is very unfortunate. Could have done probably a lot more damage than they did, because that's only a fort that they took down. The tower stands very isolated there in the middle. But now we have another camp taken at the bottom of the map. So the top gets pushed a little bit further. With level 7 talents, we now see also the continuation of the Death Coil build. Immortal Coil on level 7. So neither Icebound, Fortitude nor Rune Tap have been taken here. We see for Khaldor at least the traditional build. Him going straight into the Burn Flesh. So trying to get the Flame Strike value here in these situations. Possession on level 4 for Sylvanas, plus Festering Wounds on level 7 for her now. And the quest is completed for Khaldor. 5 minutes in, nicely done. So he has enough regeneration globes together already, which means that he is going to support his shield from here on out. Attack again. In this case, it seems like, yeah, they have really a hard on for Leo, who died already twice. Both of the kills against the red team were in his part. And here we go. What else are we gonna get? They're already starting to jump down. There's a bit of an invade set up, but Barnaby dead again. Cheerleader Kerrigan is not really cheerleading anything at this point. Gets taken down for the second time, if I'm not mistaken. And that's now 3 kills against 2. So, initial objective, won by the Falcons. The Dragons are definitely fighting back, though. Trying to reach the grand final here, of course. Keep in mind, this is actually best of 3, not a best of 5. So maps matter even more over here. Much harder to start a comeback. Oh! Yeah! That is a no from me. Do we like that talent?
Nope.
We definitely don't. Yeah, March of the Black King. Not a fan. Definitely not a fan. Just too much value that you get out of the Entomb, so they decide to go into March instead. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, that could be bad. Greymane also down. Kerrigan coming in this time and now getting the kill with a decent setup here. So nicely done. Outside of March, all of the talents, pretty much the norm of what you expect to see here. Have the Ultralisk also for Kerrigan now. And an invade, thanks to the kill at the top right. And they got a kill against Greymane, and they immediately say, you know what, we're gonna steal your camp away. You have 4 heroes over there, we can actually pull that off. So they steal the camp, can now take their own, maybe even get a kill against Leo. Nah, I don't really think so. But let's actually have a look at this. So, up to the top side, that's where we have Dirty Max already sitting tight. And of course, this is going to occupy some of those waves. So there's gonna be pressure against the top wall already. But Leo comes in, ready to take out the trash. Another swing with a mop, and there we're good to go. Minion wave has been taken down. Another camp is claimed on the left side as they're taking their own shaman camp. 3 kills against 3 kills set us up for a very even fight up at the top. Both of them nearing level 12 now. But there's a bit of experience lost over here, and that's also damage against the wall. So the red team has pushed out those lanes nicely. Dirty Max had the chance to go down, but didn't. So now we have the 5 versus 5 right from the beginning, and the second shrine for Punisher number 2. And already Leo in deep. Good route from Arthas. Follow up. Nicely done. Khaldor is ready. And there's the sound barriers. Lucio is trying to keep the boys alive. But already huge damage against Leo as he's trying to jump out. They're attempting the follow-up. Oh, the Kerrigan combo against 2 sets them up for a double kill. And another great gravity lapse for Milosh is able to lock the 3rd target in place. That's a kill against Sylvanas, and with 6 kills against 3 and nearly level 13. We have a big push for the Falcons right now. Nicely done. So 6 kills against 3, level 13 talents in their hands. And Leo still fighting it out against Deathwing in the middle of the map. But yeah, nicely done. Frozen Punisher has already been taken, so we have the push through the top. Fort is pretty much forfeit, as you can tell. They're just now starting to get the entire team together, but the wall is already gone. Punisher's jumping in, the fort falls. They're trying to get level 13. Leo is currently rotating in an attempt to make it happen. But the bigger question is, how much can they actually do here? I would expect that the keep is still gonna be in play, but the wall should fall. Let's just put it like this. Going through the small wall though, trying to go for Greymane, and that's a kill. And the follow-up attempt, great Howling Blast. Lucio is dead, and all of a sudden we're talking keep. Now we're talking keep. Double kill against the Dragons and the Falcons. They seem to be the real kings of the skies here as they go in. March and Deadly Auric. They are trying to go for more, I think. Johanna's about to fall. They're going for Jojo. Jojo is dead, guys. This looks like game. This looks like game. This spiraled quickly. What the fuck just happened here? Oh my god. They're actually going for it, and why wouldn't they? They jump in with Punisher number 2, and the Falcons burn down the core and secure the lead in the best of 3 series here at the semi-final of the Agon League. Congratulations. Well played. The Falcons superior. Alright guys, so game number 2, yeah, game number 1 ended a little bit abruptly, I gotta say. That thing just ended out of nowhere. We have the fight for Punisher number 2 topside, and all of a sudden what looked like, I don't want to call it easy defense, but a pretty standard defense on the keep ended with a rush for the core, since the blue team was able to take 3 kills. So nice setup here, going through the wall and then following up on the Kerrigan jump, which again shows how important it actually is to play around the Punisher and try to follow up on the Punisher stun. Open the wall up and go straight through that. Normally that would have been an easy defense, but now thanks to those kills it turned out that they were able to lock in game number 1 for themselves. So, yeah, with that, off we go. Towers of Doom is our second map. This is a best of 3, as I said. It is a semi-final, so one team will advance to the grand final, whereas the second will find themselves in the third place decider. There is prize money on the line, by the way. In total, it's roughly $500, which I was told. And that is, of course, for, like, Russian players, a little bit more than if you, let's say, live in Los Angeles. But yeah, so there's a small prize pool here. Zul as an early pick. Damn, we actually had a ban on Cho'Gall here. Now, I gotta of course admit that I'm just jumping in here for the final few matches. I haven't really casted throughout the entire season of the Russian League. But if you ban Cho'Gall on Towers of Doom, then you better have a damn good reason. So I assume that the Falcons in the past were trying to fly high and got burned once or twice. So Cho'Gall gets banned right now. And we have Zul as the first pick for the Dragons. Okay, I like it. We actually get to see Zul. And he has been fixed. There were a few bugs early on when he was changed, when he saw his rework. But since then, he was pretty much consistently banned out. So we get to see Zul a bit. We have also Barnabier on Hanzo, which actually just now makes me realize that these teams have, sneaky as they are, just simply changed their sides. So that is a little bit mean. This is pretty much one of those caster checks that you see teams sometimes make. They're just like, okay, let's see if that caster actually pays attention. Yeah, but not with Daddy Khaldor. Not with Daddy Khaldor. I, of course, professional streamer, realized that immediately. Patting myself on the shoulder a little bit here. And so we're gonna switch this over real quickly. Yeah, Towers of Doom on the right side, currently the red team. And we have now, we have to like rethink this a little bit, but still, analysis still holds. Jimmy comes in, Kalthas is in, this time for Mr. Macro SD. I actually don't know why you want to have a macro SD card. Why wouldn't you take a micro SD card? I mean, if you're talking about macro and micro SDs, isn't micro SD always better? Is that me? Am I showing my own ignorance here? Sounds logical to me. I mean, it's smaller, you know, so I don't know. Diablo and Li Ming. So, yeah, Zul is going to be the one rotating between the lanes here. But the red team is going to try and make this a 2-0. The Falcons with the lead at this point. And Sonya! Yeah, Sonya gets locked in as well for the side lane. Gotta admit, I like the red team setup quite a bit more. The ETC and Sonya setup doesn't really convince me. But I'd be totally game for a 3-mapper in this best of 3 series. So let's jump in. Towers of Doom is the map. Let's go into the second game right away. Okay, game on. Game number 2 on the left side. This time the Dragons. They apparently figured out that the blue side is the winning one. So we have Gilgamesh on ETC. OMG Piff Piff on Reyna. Still a great nickname. Saloon on Sonya. Pascal on Malfurion. And a macro SD card on Kalthas. Milosh. Apparently that's pronounced Milosh and not Milosh. I mean, why is there like an... Like, I don't understand. Milosh on Li Ming. Milosh on Li Ming. Lightweight on Rega. We have the Dirty Max on Zul for the Dirty Zul plays. Antares on Diablo and Barnabier on Hanzo. Game number 2, everybody. So, let's go. Level 1 talents. Backlash, actually, on Zul. And Antares can show off his skills on Diablo a little bit. Yeah, Force Armor is being used. Mene would already have a minor stroke. He is very, very... he's very, very iffy when he comes about like which build to take on his favorite hero. And as he puts it, if you know how to position yourself, you should never have to go into Force Armor. Either way, in this case, Force Armor is picked and ETC is already dead, so that was a quick early kill. As I said during the draft, not really a big fan necessarily of the front line for the blue team. Feels to me like what we're seeing on the red side is just quite a bit more powerful, but time will tell. There's of course still that ETC and Khaldor setup together with Malfurion. So there's a lot of CC on those three heroes to lock someone down, but if you're seeing any lockdown, then it is the Falcons just swooping in from the skies and taking kill after kill, with the second one already happening here. Antares makes the play. Yeah, nicely done though. Interrupted for just a second before he can grab hold of Khaldor and potentially secure them a third kill. Well played by the Dragons. Finally starting to show their teeth here. And let's go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Gilgamesh is already starting to try and lock Hanzo down, who's already a little bit low. Sonya is by now sitting up at the top side against Zul, of course. And that's going to be an interesting setup either way, because Zul should have a really good time just rotating between the lanes and trying to get the experience for his team between the mid and top, which is what we normally see on this map. Now Antares and his boys are starting to go for the next camp. Or, well, the first one. There's obviously one on each side, and the blue team is doing the exact same thing. And is able to lock that in before anybody can invade here. So outside of the 2 kills that we saw early on, this is still pretty easy peasy. Barnaby staying a bit long. Oh, what a flip into the combo. Nicely done. Li Ming with a beautiful kill against Khaldor. That was good coordination between the two. Antares, yeah, actually stopping the hero here, patting himself on the shoulder a little bit and saying like, oh my god, that was amazing. I'm the boss here. But that was actually really well done. Li Ming didn't even aim for where Khaldor was. No, she aimed for where he would be. Coordination and communication. Absolutely beautiful. So, with this now, we have on level 4 the Strangling Vines. We have also Hurricane taken. In addition, Dominance on level 4. First altars are activating. There's a significant lead in experience already for the Falcons. Only question that remains is, can they translate that into an actual objective lead? Maybe get another kill, maybe an early level 7, while everybody's fighting for the third one. Oh, that's a problem. That's a big problem. That's bad timing. Zul down, counter kill. Yes, there we go. Barnaby, a boss-like, moves in, says not on my watch. Gets the kill against Sonya. Nicely done. And Pascal is a little bit alone. I mean, Malfurion, that old geezer, is all of a sudden getting a bit ballsy here. But yeah, he gets some assistance from Khaldor as he moves in. But the fight is still there. 4 shots against 4 shots. Top left, top right have been exchanged as usual. Level 7 is nearly here for the Falcons. The teams are starting to jump in to the bottom of the fight, with the exception of Zul. Zul is still sitting in the middle. And he's a little bit older, you know, he needs to be careful. And also he's socially distancing because he is in the high-risk group. So he has to be a little bit careful with that. Rumor has it that Khaldor was also coughing a little bit earlier. So social distancing is really important for Zul now. Now he moves to the top. I mean, that guy is so old, he's about to drop already without Corona. But if he gets hit just by one of those viruses, and then he's just like, he's a goner, you know, so it's kind of important. Sonya is also starting to be a little bit skeptical. Too many people have shown symptoms, so he's moving to the top now too. And that means we have a 4 versus 4 fight down at the bottom of the map. With level 7 talents now ready for both teams, so the red team could not capitalize on the small advantage that they had here. We're looking at the unstable compound, the pinball wizard, and off we go. Lockdown, as I said, is great. ETC power slide, gravity lapse, and the roots on the ground from Malfurion. But the blue team is starting to fall back a little bit. Barnaby comes in, tries to get the kill, gets pushed back, and gets murdered. A little bit too aggressive here. So, yeah. Needs to be more careful. But there's also the Wall of Bones, by the way. Just in terms of builds, we have the Reaper's Toll. That is the channel on the blue team side. So they start to get their lead. Get their shots fired. Have a slight advantage on the objective. If they can translate that into a victory here, that's a different question, though. Very different question. This is a comeback map, one way or another. So, let's see. Dirty Max already with the dirty wave clear. 61,000 at this point. Not shabby. So I can rotate straight into the middle and do this thing here, but it comes down to the fights over those bell towers bot lane, of course, to a big part. Yeah, here we go. At this point, just trying to see who they can flip over next. Okay, ETC gets pushed in a little bit, can easily slide out, so there's not a problem for him. That's a bit of good damage against Gilgamesh, though. He needs to be careful. Even with the heals from Malfuri, he needs to be cautious. Barnabia is totally frontlining it again. Totally up at the front. There's the cleanse, and there's the kill. Yeah, not so much. Bit too aggressive. He made a great move in the middle where he got the counter kill earlier against Sonya, but now he just needs to calm down slightly, or at least wait for his tank to make more of an engage. The big coordination that we've seen at the beginning of the game is all of a sudden gone, and the team is just looking for more and more kills here. So with now level 10 abilities in, we get pretty much what we would expect here. We have now with Apocalypse, arrow! Nah, North American arrow over here confirmed. Narrowly missing the target. And it would have been a cool combo. Getting the arrow through into Diablo Apocalypse, that would have been pretty sweet. Didn't quite happen though. But with the level 7 talents now in, off we go. Wrath of the Berserker. We have the Twilight Dream. Also Hyperion plus Moshpit. And Diablo. Diablo's trying to hide. Not sure if that's really working out. You definitely know where there's Malfurion combo, and what a stun! Great combo and the kill. Diablo with a beautiful ult combo, triple kill from Li Ming. She just jumps through the entire team and pops the blue team like pimples. Down they go. The Dragons are down to one single hero, and it seems like Sonya is going to fall too. With Zul now moving in, she is most likely going to get wrecked. Or is she? No, she actually gets away. Spin to win build makes it happen. Having the Hurricane on level 4 definitely worked for her here. But the shots were still fired through the altar, and that's now 8 kills against 3, which leads to a level lead for the Falcons. And they're going straight down to the bottom of the map now as well. Yeah, nicely done so far. Kel'Thas, he's nearly done with his quest. That would have been a neat thing to have. During that last fight, he might have even survived the combo of Diablo. But yeah, didn't have it. Now he's done though. Talking about Diablo, look who's here! Trying to go for Malfurion again, but this time they interrupt, and Hanzo's arrow, and Barnaby again. Frontlining hard, aggressive style from him, but he gets the kill against Malfurion. Nearly gets another one against ETC. Pretty ballsy play. It looks pretty awesome when it works out. I'm not gonna lie. That looked pretty sick. But yeah, he was punished already for the aggressive playstyle a few times now. Level 13 talents are ready for them. APC again with the cover. Hanzo on 28,000. Top damage for him, easy peasy. But also 2 deaths, of course. And now they're starting to push some damage onto the bell tower at the bottom of the map. Zul, as you can tell, still doing well on the wave clear. Even though I gotta admit that Sonya by now has overtaken him slightly. Okay, there's another push. This time against Jimmy, and there's just continuous poke. I mean, seriously. Li Ming and Hanzo are just firing away from the back here. Shots fired quite literally. And now, with the next altars activated, that's a double altar. If you get both of those, you will get a lead for your team, since right now we have 32 versus 32 points on those cores. So, yep, there's that. Altar's about to activate. Everybody's starting to jump down to the bottom, or are they? At least the blue team is. They are already going for the channel. Li Ming was trying to interrupt, couldn't really get close enough. Diablo uses the Apocalypse for the interrupt right now. And that allows them to go for a second fight. In the meantime, mid lane has been attacked. Sonya eating a lot of damage and goes down. Nice. Aggressive play again. The Sonya kill comes through. And that's a 5 versus 4 on the map. And should easily be a second altar taken by the Falcons. Death timers are definitely high enough to make that happen. But they leave Zul in the middle because he's just saying, boys, do your thing. I'm gonna get that bell tower right now. And it seems very much like they're gonna get. Arrow hits and the Twilight Dream attempt just to get them out of harm's way. But yeah, not so much. A little bit more damage over here. That bell tower has already been reconfirmed. Top side, Zul is gonna try and do the same thing as well at the top lane. Which means that Sonya will have to rotate, or this is gonna become a problem. Everybody is jumping in again, and the altar gets channeled, and that's 5 shots actually fired. So we are down to 23 points on the blue team side. The Dragons definitely losing ground now. And the push through the middle. Yeah, a couple of hiccups definitely for the Falcons, but generally speaking, they're doing well here. And they are setting themselves up for a 2-0. Blue team, they need to really step up their game a bit if they want to make sure that they take the Falcons down. The Dragons right now, seems like it's pretty old Dragons. A little bit too old. Okay. Oh, careful. Dibbles. Yeah, the root is a little bit late. Gravity Lapse was good against Li Ming, though. And there's the Twilight Beam. And they're poking and prodding the entire time. As at the top lane, Azul is still rotating around, trying to make sure they can take all of this away, but eventually it seems like that bell tower is going to be reconverted. Okay, Arrow again, missing over here, as Hanzo was trying to connect another one. Needs to be very careful right now. Diablo, on the other hand, coming in, has level 16, but doesn't get the second through. Here comes the Apocalypse, zones out the opponent, not much more else. The Ancestral had also be used, but the kill against Khaldor. Sonya is dead. The Twilight Dream, but it doesn't really seem to be enough. Li Ming goes down, but not before ETC also dies, and now they go for Malfurion himself. They took the camp, and now they get another kill against Jimmy. 5-man team wipe, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be another bell tower in the hands of the Falcons, and a pretty brutal control point on the next altar. That's going to be 6 shots fired. Unless... okay, make it 5. The minion wave is actually reclaiming this one. A bit unfortunate. But one of those pumpkins is going to make it through, as you can see right now. So that's another shot fired already. Makes up for it. Boom. And with Diablo currently bot lane holding another altar, that's another 5. So that puts us down to 17 points on the side of the Dragons. And Zul has started to push the top lane again. Pretty much as we've already seen previously. First list on the agenda, first item on the agenda for the Dragons is of course trying to reclaim the bell tower at the bottom of the map again. But Zul has already started to push the middle. He's just outpacing Sonya a bit. That's a problem. He also had a head start, which doesn't really help her cause either. Oh, Nature's Cure, nicely done. But that's a kill against Jimmy. 6 hit points are just not enough to survive, even with the quick heal that we saw from Malfurion. Good Hyperion trying to reclaim the bell tower. Doesn't seem like it's going to be quite working out for them, but nearly. Trying to get the last few pumpkins in. Twilight Dream is in again. Zul is rotating. Sonya down here means that Zul has, of course, the entire map to work with right now. There's another Apocalypse already. And it is bad territory now for the blue team. Dibbles goes in a little bit deep, but he's trying to make the play for Khaldor. And Li Ming with a double kill. Trying to go for the triple, and it works out. Another shot gets fired too, as the pumpkins make it through. Zul pushing the middle of the map, has even dropped the skeletons here, and the skeleton mages are going to take this one without a problem. Yeah, and the fights are actually still ongoing. I mean, they're diving deep for all this shit. Holy hell. There's the kill. Nice move by Li Ming. And Li Ming is just popping off in this game. Holy shit. Nicely played here. They have full control nearly of the map. Just look topside. They're about to take that bell tower too, and that gives them full map control. And we also have now the altars activating, so the situation is more than dire for the Dragons, and they have everyone destroyed with the exception of Jimmy. Top lane is taken. The barrage is starting. Guys, this is lights out. This is game. This is game. This is simply game. The shots are already getting fired. Jimmy's trying to retake this. There's a huge 7-shot wave now coming in. Puts us down to 8, down to 7. Zul channels top left and gets interrupted, but they can channel top right, and that's going to be it. Another shot over here. We're down to 6 points on the core against 32. I have no idea why nobody doesn't go simply for this, but it doesn't really seem to matter anymore. They can't just do everything at the same time. At least the bell tower has been reclaimed. There's 4 shots left, but ETC and Sonya are both dead. That could be a kill against Li Ming, and indeed it is. But all they gotta do is get just one single altar. And they could get that on the right side, but for some reason everybody's just brawling around. I mean, here, over here, to the right. Yeah, it seems like this one is better. I don't know, but they're gonna get this easily. Yeah, nicely done. The Falcons, they advance to the grand final with a 2-0 victory over the Dragons. Pretty impressive. Yeah, really intrigued to see them in the grand final, to be honest, and see how they manage there. But yeah, GG, well played. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.